Hello again. So in this second lab, I will be testing out disabling the sudo timeout. So by default, what happens is that if I um, check this, I am logged in as a so. All right. So if I do this, uh, if I all right, let me disable this. So if I want to do this command, I'll be asked for my password. I enter that, and if I run that same command again, I will not be requested. My password will not be requested. That is what happens by default in the Linux operating system. This is a default sudo timer. Now, for security purposes, we might want that whenever a user types a sudo command, he is prompted to authenticate with his password. So right now in this lab, what I'm going to be doing is you can reset that actually. So if I run this command, I get that. If I run it again, I don't get that. Then I can reset the timer by doing sudo k, and if I run that same command again, my password is required. I enter that. So that's the way it works. So I'm going to disable this globally, then disable it for the specific user called Lionel. To disable this globally, sudo v sudo this is where I had done it. So insert to disable this globally, you do so there are these two lines. So if I do on Lionel, it means I'm disabling this on Lionel. I can still do same for just globally for everybody by just passing it this way. So if I do this here, let me just comment out Lionel's line for now. Comment this out, then write and quit. So this is going to affect everyone globally. So if I do the previous command I had above, it's going to ask for UN, the password. I enter it. I'm gonna enter my password. If I do that same command again, it will always require my password, and this works for all users. So I can decide to do that just for Lionel, the user called Lionel. So if I do sudo again, password, yeah. Now I'm gonna comment this insert. I'm going to comment this for all users, then enable it for the user called Lionel alone. Now if I write and quit, so as a normal user now, if I do this, I don't need that anymore, right? It does not apply. The default set to 0 does not apply to me anymore. But if I switch to the user called Lionel, password, enter, right, that is Lionel. Now if I do this command, you will ask for password. If I do it again, you ask for password, and that is just how it works. This makes it more secure, so that every time every other user has to authenticate for every sudo command they want to execute. Thanks for watching.